One stormy day there was a young boy who went on a cruise with his dad, Jared, and his friend Jacob. His name was James. James had very bad luck and everyone was scared the boat was going to sink. "This is going to be so fun," says James. They get on the boat. The first few days were smooth, but on the third day the waves got violent. The boat was swaying side to side. The boat was going to sink. They grab as much food as they can and they jump onto the rescue raft. They get ready to go and when they start going, they look behind to see no one was aboard the rescue raft and ship. That night, when they went to sleep, they had horrid nightmares about the people coming to haunt them forever. When they woke up, they had some breakfast and just sat around. Before they went to sleep, they had seen an island, but now they could no longer see it. "This is going to be so boring for everyone," said James, his dad. They just lay there till they fall asleep of boredom. It was very boring just laying there all day. They had nothing to do there since all the stuff sank on the ship. They still had to find an island and they still needed to find some help. They thought they could see an island, but it's just an optical illusion. The one time they think it is an island and it's not. "We really need to find an island and some clean water," says James. "I can't wait till we find an island. I wish I had my laptop so I could play Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That would be way more fun and we would be able to charge, but now it's broken under the water with the ship and we would have to sit here and be bored," said James. Is now bedtime again. For 5 days they have been at sea. They hopefully will find some help soon. They will need some more food because they only have a few biscuits and a few pies to eat and they need some sunscreen, but there is no one to rescue them. The next day it was scorching. It felt like it was 100 degrees out in the sun. It was like being in a fire, and that people got sunburnt from how hot it was. It must have been America because it was winter in Australia. Wake up in the morning at about 8:30. It was already about 44 degrees outside. It was going to be hot again today. They were getting burnt. Now it's like 50 degrees. It was so hot they decided they should go for a swim so they could cool down. They have a swim for half an hour and now got back onto the boat. They have some fun, but now they are going to be bored. They are going to have another swim later. They are very bored and went for a swim, but then there was a fin that came out of the water. They're really swimming fast now, like it was a race, but it was not. It could be if it isn't unless you are racing a shark. They get onto the boat to see that Jacob has a big cut with blood squirting everywhere. They would not be able to go swimming again because there was blood which would attract the shark to come and eat it, because the shark would think it is a fish and bite someone. "It's going to be so boring now," says Jacob and James at the same time. It is going to be a very boring time for them now they could not swim. They would just lay there all day and do nothing for the rest of their time. Really bored and all they wanted to do was play Minecraft or Terraria, but they had no technology to play with. They are just munching on a biscuit when they hear a sound. They look up to see dolphins doing a show for them. "This is going to be fun for a while," says Jacob. So they watch the dolphins for 2 hours and a half, and then they just go to sleep. When they wake up, they hear a sound, but it was not the dolphins, and it sounded like a song. It is a boat. Was with a man, but it turned out they are pirates. They were pirates, and were going to try to kill them. But then the pirate ship sinks, and were laughing as they sunk. Soon after, they see an island. It is called America. It's really big. Get a plane and go home. By Liam George.